Damn, I have not driven this car in 5 days apparently. I mean, it's about time we got rid of it anyway, but she's looking, oh, I'm gonna miss her, man. We only got about another month with this bad boy, and then we are going to sell it for the C8. And I know that's like a controversial decision. Listen, this thing's like 5 years old, or I've had it for 2 years, which is more than I've had any other car. It's just a little tiny bit dated, you know what I mean? There's no Apple CarPlay. The Alcantara on the steering wheel is pretty much done. Like, the seats are pretty, you know what I mean? Like, it was cool, you know? But as car people, you and I both know, like, we can agree that new cars, and that's just what keeps everything exciting. Like, yeah, I can mod this and really make it mine or whatever, but I feel like we've already done that. I want to get into something new, something fresh, something a little bit, you know, higher tech, sexier even. I don't know. It's questionable if it's sexier, but yeah, this thing is like, what? I think it's about to have 50,000 miles. Okay, it's not letting me do the thing. I have like 48,000. We're pretty much gonna drive another 1,000 or so before we say goodbye. Now, I'm insanely excited for this, bro. I've never bought a new car before, ever. Every single one of my cars, I've bought like 5 in the past. They've all been used. This whole process is like completely new to me. I've never done this. I've never gone to a dealership to, like, you know how they unveil it with the cape or the curtain? I hope they do that. I've never done any of that before, so I'm super excited to like share this process, document this process, you know what I mean, more than anything. So we're gonna see what's good with my C8 build, man, and what options I'm going for. For the first couple years of these C8s, if you bought one, you were instantly making money. You could drive it even for a few thousand miles and sell it for like $20,000, $30,000 more. It's definitely not like that anymore. A lot more people are getting their orders now. There's a lot more on the used market that are just not insane prices. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can get a 1LT just super basic all across the board for probably cheaper than MSRP, which is great. But for the build that I'm going for, it looks to hold its value a little bit. The cheapest 3LT that I've seen is right over the price that I'm gonna pay across the country for like under 10,000, 5,000 miles, you know? So, I mean, I think we're in good hands. Hopefully, we'll see. If it's a poor financial decision, then at the end of the day, I get a fun C8 to drive. You know what I mean? So let us see what is going on with the C8 build, man. We have the coupe. The convertible is kind of cool. I'm not going to lie, I'm really not a convertible fan. And I feel like it's really the body style, because exotic convertibles always look good. But if you've ever seen a car like under $100,000, all the convertibles kind of look gross. The proportions look weird. The trunk's extra long. I kind of think of the M4 convertible when I think of like a regular coupe versus a convertible and how different they can look. I'm always going to be a coupe kind of person. Oh, now this is where things get interesting. So most people that build the C8 statistically pick the 2LT. And that's because you get most of everything in this like level in the trim details. You get the upgraded speaker system, the 14 speakers and 1 door panel, which I heard is the most Bose has ever put in any car ever, which is exciting stuff right there. You get the heads-up display, wireless charging, couple performance data recorders. You get the home garage remote, a little bit of blind spot assist when you're driving, because I mean, it's a low car, it's a wide car, you're in a new seating position, you're a little bit up on the car, so you know, the blind spots and to the rear are going to be important. I don't know why that's not normally included in like every trim of the car. I feel like it should be, but you need 2LT if you want to drive safely, man. You get the rear camera mirror, which is awesome. I know this is a thing in a lot of Chevy cars, like even the basic models, but there's a video camera on the back. Really, bro? Really? There's a video camera on the back that acts as your rear mirror, and you can switch between the two, which is super sick. I'm super down for that, man. The 3LT is what I'm gonna opt for, just because you get a little bit of more leather. You get a little bit of suede or Alcantara. I believe it's the headliner, a little bit of accents along the dash, a little bit more leather, and then you get the new, better seats, man, which you can add to the 2LT, which a lot of people do for $1,500. So if you don't want the upgraded leather and suede, which a lot of people don't like taking care of suede, and especially if you live in, you know, Texas or fucking Florida, not really the move. But I live in SoCal. I'm a big fan of Alcantara. I wish it was like upgraded and better on my Mercedes, or I wish I got the Benz new, because then I could, you know, really feel the Alcantara. There's something different, obviously, you guys realize after a couple thousand miles, all the hand oils and everything kind of wear it down and it's not the same anymore. But you just got to take care of it, you know? So I understand why most people get the 2LT. It probably is the better deal and better value, but I want those extra. I mean, it's a couple more $1,000. I'm going to get the new seats anyway, so you're really paying another like $2,000 for upgraded leather and suede and stuff, which if you're going to be in the interior every day, you know, I'm in the interior of the car every day, not the exterior. So, or I guess you're at both. But you know what I mean. I spend all my time in the cockpit, so I want a little bit of upgraded materials, especially because I'm not the biggest fan of American cars. I'm coming from a lot of Germans, only Germans to be honest, and Germans have an interior craft quality that's just a little bit different than the Americans, and the Japanese and everything. I think Germans do it best. If you want to argue Italians, maybe. But yeah, we're going with the 3LT on this one, 100%. Next is the color. So this one is a little bit tough, man. I think I'm going to get it wrapped anyway, so I'm really not worried about one of these. I honestly think this color is really nice, especially in person. It's kind of like that BMW M4 blue, or like the Porsche, I think they call it Miami blue. This is a nice color right here, but once you see the interior color later, you'll understand why I didn't get this one. The orange is nice, but I want to go, I've never had like a stealth kind of fighter looking car, and I feel like this is the one car to 100% do that with. So we're gonna go with the hypersonic gray metallic. It's this like deep gray. It's very nice. It's not quite silver bright, but it's like a mellowed color, but in the dark it looks real nice. So obviously with that, we're gonna have I'm not getting any like stripes or any goofy stuff, by the way. That's kind of I'm good on all that. We're getting some black wheels though. Now I originally had these which I think would have completed the car a lot, but they actually told me that this is not available right now. I would have to wait like another 6 to 8 months if I wanted these wheels. That's like a nationwide thing. Not sure if you guys are dealing with the same thing. So instead, I went with a little bit of these bad boys, which I don't think are any. They're a little bit busier. We're probably gonna switch them out down the line anyway and get them actually black, like some real nice wheels, but I think this one was the way to go. It's a shame. These ones were available, but I think these are just ugly. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of these ones. I don't know. Oh, hello? Okay, classic Chevy website. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of these. I don't think they're busy enough, especially for a car like this. I think this would look really good on like a C5 or a C6 maybe. But I think that because it's so low, it's so wide, it's so mean, I think you need some busy wheels, We'll get them black. We'll see how they're looking. Ooh, now this is the fun part right here, bro. This is exciting. Now with the 2 and 3LT, you get a little bit of added color options. You can't get a lot of these with just the 1LT. I think there's only like 4 or 5 possible ones. But I think, especially once I saw the breakdown of how many cars get what, most cars, almost half of all orders get black, which is boring. And then I want to say a third of orders after that get red. So you're at something like 70 to 80% of all Corvette builds are black or red interior, which I was going to go with red, but once I knew that, I was like, that's kind of boring. So I'm going with the tension blue. And I guess they're not letting us pick the seats real quick. It looks better there we go, once you get the seat types in. These are the GT2s, the standards, which I heard are very comfortable, very sporty. You get these carbon fiber accents right here, which you can't really appreciate right now, but if you actually see the seats in person or even in pictures, they look crazy, bro. So these are absolutely gorgeous seats, but for another $500, and I heard these aren't the comfiest seats, all right? But listen, you get a little bit sportier of seats. I think I just like it because there's a lot more blue on the seat. I want a little bit more blue in there. But I will say that it's very tasteful. It's not like Bugatti in your face, like this is a fucking $1 million car. But it's very, I'm glad that this is black and there's black. You know what I mean? I like how there's stitching that's blue. I think it's a very tasteful interior with the blue. It's not crazy too much blue, which I really do like. But there is extra bolstering on the sides and on the legs and everything, as you can see once we switch back and forth right here. It's almost like a night and day difference. This is like a basic, I would compare it to a base 3 Series seat. And then you get the M3 bucket type bolstering on the sides, which I have heard, they're not the most comfy seats. Really long distance driving, that these probably aren't the best bet, but I'm not going to be doing too much of that. And I'm just really hyped about, look at the extra. Come on, man. That's just going to be a nice place to sit, man. With the wireless charger right there and the blue seatbelts. I'm going to cry, bro. I might just cry right now. The red is very nice, though. And I will say the third most popular color is this natural color. So you absolutely know that people are just old. Actually, that doesn't look... that's not that bad, actually. But that's just old person. You're just screaming, I'm retired right here. This is just, I'm 65. My dick don't work no more. That's that kind of interior right there. I'm young, bro. I'm sprung still. You know what I mean? I'm out there trying to just, that's horny. That's a panty dropping color. Are you kidding me right now? Bro, I'm going to drop my panties if I get into this car. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't even know you can change the seatbelt color. Huh, I didn't click more. But hey, I got the blue seatbelts, which I definitely wanted. That'd be kind of weird to have like a yellow seatbelt. That's strange. Now, this is probably the thing that I just sat there and decided upon, like, back and forth so long. So, I just said I like Alcantara. I love it. But it does wear down very easily, bro. Like, only after a few thousand miles, it probably won't feel the same. I mean, you're going to have to keep up with it damn near every single time you drive, or, like, be encouraged to at least use gloves or something like that. And I'm not really down for that. You know what I mean? So, I did not opt for the Alcantara steering wheel. But I'm fine with the Alcantara everywhere else. I'm glad it's going to be an upgraded interior, but just touching it every single time, especially after having it in a couple cars already, it's cool, 100%. I like it. It feels cool for a little bit, but then once you drive it for a few thousand miles, like most of the time you're going to have the car, it doesn't feel the same. You know what I mean? But maybe if I want to upgrade the steering wheel down the line, it's not the hardest thing ever. I'm sure it's going to be much more expensive, though, than $700. So, well, we'll see. We'll see. Now, the dealership did try to pressure me to get this 70th anniversary. They're like, yo, we can give it to you even sooner. Like, we got a couple right now that we can sell you for the 70th anniversary. And it just includes some extra things. It has to be a red interior, though, and you have to get the micro suede steering wheel, or what do they call it, microfiber wrapped. So, I don't know. You get some extra, like, bags or something. It's kind of cool, but I don't know about $6,000 cool. So I went with the Z51, which I feel like is definitely the most needed thing if you're going to get a C8. Unfortunately, the dealership told me it's still another year for the Z06. So the Z51 just sounds like the package to have. You get an upgraded suspension. I think you get an upgraded exhaust. There you go. You get a new spoiler, some new brakes. You get, I think the biggest thing, where is it, is you get an electronic limited slip differential. It's crazy how it doesn't have that on the regular car, but it makes sense. It's like a performance kind of thing, man. So look at all that. Required for track use. Oh, that's interesting. No, you can bring any car to the track. I wonder what that really means. But you get new upgraded tires as well, and you get a new cooling system. For $6,000, it seems like you get fucking a lot more car. So I think that's what really wakes the car up. But it does bring the price up, man. We're approaching $87,000, and that's escaping, the original lure of this car. The lure of this car is you can get all this for 60 grand, which you kind of can. It's not false, but I'm checking damn near every box. I got the 3LT, I got the upgraded little seats, you know what I mean? We're getting the Z51. We're building the car, bro. It's my first new car, you know what I mean? All of this stuff, I didn't really get any of the extras. I feel like this is necessary, actually. I should have got this. I heard that the front radiators of the car are just massive for some reason. Like, these should come standard on the car, which maybe I can add right now. I might call the dealership right now, actually, and be like, yo, can we order these so it comes at the same time? Because, like, I'm going to do, like, a 1,500, 2,000 mile journey right after I get the car. And I've heard of some horror stories, man, of some rocks getting kicked up into the radiator. You're leaking out of nowhere. You're leaking first 500 miles. You know what I mean? So I think I'm actually going to have to add those now that I just saw those. But all this is just, some extras. Now, there are two more final options that I got on the car that I'm not sure if will help with resale, but it's definitely going to help with the daily drivability of the car. And it's one, the magnetic selective ride control, which I heard is just absolutely necessary. I guess I got this one because I have the Z Performance one. But this, I heard, is just nuts. Chevy has figured out some crazy technology. They actually sold this technology to Ferrari, if I'm not mistaken, or some crazy supercar manufacturer that was like, yo, you guys kind of figured out some crazy some crazy ride control. Apparently, this just takes your car from driving like an almost Rolls Royce like you're just cruising over the bumps. And as soon as you kick it into sport mode and the magnets happen and some click clack happens, you're in like a rocket ship. Like, you're feeling every bump. The suspension's really stiff. And I'm not down for that, I'm down for that. I'm actually going to take the car to the track now that I have tracks around me and stuff. So this just sounds fucking awesome. And I heard it happens, look, it happens in as little as 10 to 15 milliseconds. But I heard this absolutely transforms the car. Not only the C8, but any car. I heard any car that you can get magnetic ride control in, you need it. So I had to add that as well. And then this one was the one that I was just sitting there toying with for a while, man. I was sitting there and I was like, is this necessary? $2,500. And you can get a front lift. And I scavenged forums and I was looking and the dealership, like, they literally texted me. They're like, yo, it's been a day or two since we've sent you the build sheet. Are you ready? You ready to submit your order? And I was like, I just don't know if I need this front lift. Like, this is the last thing that I'm contemplating towards. And I think living in California, I definitely need it, right? I think the general consensus was if you live in a place like SoCal, or I've heard somewhere in Michigan have shitty roads, and some places in Florida have shitty roads, but there's places where they have really nice roads and they're nicely paved, and all the driveways have a nice, slant to it, and all the shopping malls and everything have nice entrances. But that's not the case with SoCal, and especially Los Angeles. That shit is horrible, bro. I already have to hit crazy angles all the time, so I can't even imagine what it's going to be like with this car. So it raises your car about 2 inches in less than 3 seconds, and you can remember up to 1,000 places, which is absolutely insane. So it'll automatically lower and automatically higher, or what's the opposite of lower? I guess heighten. Yeah, there you go. It'll automatically heighten whenever you reach a certain point and on the map. On some GTA shit. But yeah, that's awesome. I'm down. It's 2,500, which sounds like a lot. It definitely does, but I think in the grand scheme of things, like if you look about a monthly payment, it's like a couple extra bucks a month. You know what I mean? And that's definitely worth it, especially living here in SoCal. I'm not sure if this is necessary everywhere. This is probably the only thing that is not necessary if you like really, really want to have fun with the car and you save yourself a good amount of money. 2,500 is not chump change. You know what I mean? So there you go. Final build of the C8 Corvette 2023. We got the blue interior. We got the dark gray exterior. I think this is 2022 is the first year, I forgot to mention, that they introduced this color as well. They called it something else, gray metallic, before that, and then something else the first year. So this is like the second or third iteration of their gray, and it's looking good, man. We got the Michelin Pilot Sports on that. We got the Z51. Where are the other things that we got? We got the magnetic selective ride control, and then we got the front lifts. $1,300, bro. What in the world? It's not even like it's built overseas or nothing. How does it take $1,400? Actually, I guess it's going to Miami or whatever, man. For a total MSRP of $90,675, which it does sound like a lot for a C8, I'm not going to lie. But if you do look at the used market for a 3LT, either like a 2022 or whatever, under 5,000 miles, it is right around 90,000. So I'm not, fingers crossed that we're not going to lose an insane amount of money. We probably are, just because it's a new car. But hopefully Chevy keeps the numbers kind of low. It took me like a year to finally get this order. So I'm super hyped and super pumped about it. Let me know if you guys have a C8, if you built it, if you're looking to build it, what options you're looking for. If I made a silly decision, you're like, Eric, call the dealership right now. It's probably too late. It's like literally being built, almost being shipped to the dealership in the next month type shit. So very excited about it. $90,000 for a Corvette. That is something, man. Not a Z06, which is a lot of money. I'm not going to lie. But hopefully the dealer puts me on the list, or I'm on the list. Hopefully I can drive this for a year, sell it in a year for didn't take too bad of a hit. Hopefully we can sell it for like over 80. Oh, that'd be cool. I'm down to sell, just drive it for a year for 10 grand. I'm down. And then we get the Z06. Fingers crossed. We'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for building my C8 Corvette with me. Damn near for me. Like, you're the reason that I was able to build this, on the main channel and everything, and for supporting. And I love you. 100K coming soon. This car coming soon. I'm excited about it, man. I will see you on the next video. Make sure to stay cool, stay safe on the roads, and I love you. Beep.